We live in a fundamentally changed world. Extreme weather, made worse by climate change, is shattering records all over the planet. Our natural resources are under intense pressure as 1 billion more people enter the global middle class, raising the price of nearly everything we use to build our economy and society, those commodities more commonly known as food, metals, and energy. And radical transparency, driven by new technologies and a culture of sharing, is exposing everything about how companies operate to public scrutiny, including what happens in supply chains thousands of miles away. This hotter, scarcer, more open world is not some futuristic scenario, but reality today. Companies are feeling these mega challenges already as they cope with droughts, floods, and storms that threaten valuable assets, or as they deal with dramatically rising prices for inputs. We've passed an economic tipping point, but the way companies currently operate will not allow them to keep up with the current and future rate of change. They need to make what I'm calling the big pivot, a profound change in strategy, tactics, and philosophy that will make their organizations more resilient and flexible in a volatile world. In business today, we focus on maximizing short-term earnings and only address big environmental and social challenges when we can find easy wins or when we feel enough pressure from stakeholders. We're reactive. We need instead to pivot purposefully and flip our priorities so that business is operating in a way that tackles our biggest problems first and then works back from there to use the powerful tools of capitalism to do it most profitably. The companies that make the pivot and redefine business as usual will win big. They won't just reduce their risks. They'll take part in new, multi-trillion-dollar markets for products and services that address our mega challenges, in sectors like energy, buildings, transportation, consumer products, and technology. The Big Pivot offers 10 crucial strategies for executives and managers that want to play this new game well, such as fighting the relentless pressure for short-term performance, setting goals based on science and what we must do, not what we think we can do, pursuing deep, heretical innovation, changing how they measure and define business value and how they make investment decisions, and collaborating in new ways with governments, customers, and even their fiercest competitors. The Big Pivot includes concrete tactics and new stories from both hidden leaders and well-known multinationals such as BT, Coca-Cola, Diageo, Dow, Ford, Nike, Unilever, and Walmart. These companies are not perfect, but they're starting the pivot to create more resilient enterprises and a more prosperous world. It's time for a new approach to business. The Big Pivot is the blueprint to get you started.